Good morning, class 11th. Today we are continuing with the cell biology, and the topic for today's discussion we'll start with is nucleus. See, nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown in 1833, and it is called the master of the cell or the brain of the cell. Why? Because it regulates almost all the activities which are going on inside the cell. Okay, coming on to the structure. See, you can see it's a double membranous. Nuclear membrane is a double membrane structure having which is discontinuous. It is not continuous. There are certain gaps called as the nuclear pore complex. Okay, this is the inner nuclear membrane. This is the outer nuclear membrane, outer nuclear membrane. Clear? Okay. So now the nuclear membrane, inside the nuclear membrane, here is the nucleoplasm, and a nucleolus is also present. Nucleoplasm is a transparent jelly-like granular semi-solid which is the ground material or the matrix, we can say. You can see here some these coiled supercoiled structures. These are the chromatin threads. The chromatin threads which are present inside the nucleus are of two types. You can see some are light blue colored and some are dark blue colored. These are very important to distinguish. The dark blue colors are heterochromatin. See, heterochromatin, and the light blue colors are the euchromatin. So these are the two types of chromatin that I am going to tell you now. Just listen to me. Important. Concentrate on it. Euchromatin means just like eukaryotic. Eu means true. Euchromatin is the true chromatin network which contains the more amount of DNA. So it is of more importance. Whereas the darkly stained strands of chromatin fibers, which are called as heterochromatin, contain less amount of DNA and replicate late. Okay, they are genetically less stable, genetically less active, and metabolically less active also as compared to the euchromatin. So these important points you need to understand between heterochromatin and euchromatin. Clear? This is a very important point here. Now, coming on to nucleolus, there is a rounded structure. We cannot see here in this in this. It is being missed somewhere. So nucleolus is present inside the nucleus. That is also being discovered by Fontana in 1781. You need to remember, but because sometimes in board they are asking who discovered. These kind of questions are generally being asked. So, the function of nucleolus is, you have already studied in class 10, that it helps in RNA synthesis and also it regulates growth and reproduction. Clear? Now, coming inside the nucleus, we have chromosomes. The structure of chromosome is this. Chromosome spelling ZOME. Some books in you will find ZOME also. Some foreign writers are using ZOME, but we will consider SOME only. Why? Because board is considering, Indian board is considering SOME spelling. No, hardly matters. Okay. So when we start with the structure, see here. There are two arms of the chromosome which are having a central constriction. This constriction in the continuity, we call it as centromere. At the time when they are duplicating in the S phase of interphase. You remember in class 10th it has been taught. So when they duplicate, they form a duplicated chromosome. So they will be having sister chromatids attached at the centromere or kinetochore. I'll tell you what is a kinetochore. So first just understand the basic morphology of this chromosome. Chromosome will have two arms, maybe one arm longer than the other arm. The length of the arm is decided by the position of the centromere. This is also one of the important factors. And further, the chromosomes are classified on the basis of the position of the centromere also. Coming on to the shape of the chromosome, the shape I told you it can vary, and at the time of cell division again it will vary. If we talk further about the duplicated chromosome, we'll come to know, you can understand better by this diagram. Here what happens, this is a single chromosome, non-duplicated, which is not been duplicated. So when the cell is divided, they are having only single chromatid from to each side. Single chromatid is going. So then these single chromatids are replicating and forming a sister chromatid also. Okay, and this replication takes place in S phase of mitosis, S phase of, sorry, interphase. So this is the duplicated chromosome. Moving forward, if we talk about the types of chromosomes, there can be four types, and we can study the chromosomes only well in the metaphase uh, stage only. So here what happens, this is the metacentric. See, metacentric. When the centromere location, this column is for centromere location, this is for the name, this is the diagram, and this is the anaphase. What will happen at the anaphase stage? How they will migrate to the opposite poles? What will be the shape they will show at the anaphase when the shrinking of the spindle fibers takes place and the sister chromatids move to the opposite pole? Which size the sister chromatids will attain? This will be depicted in this particular column. So starting with the first one, when the centromere is located at the center, the designation given is metacentric. Metacentric, this will be the diagram. The centromere will be located and both the arms will be equal. And when during the anaphase stage, when they are moving towards the opposite pole, they will show a structure of perfect V. Okay. Next is the when the centromere location is between middle and one end. Okay. So it will be called as submetacentric, like this. One arm is longer than the other arm. Okay, and when this submetacentric chromosome will be moving towards the opposite pole with the help of the spindle fibers, they will show a J shape. Okay, a J shaped structure will be shown. Clear? Next, close to one end, when the centromere is close to one end, then it is called as acrocentric. Acrocentric, that means the diagram can be like this, that they are acrocentric. One end is very small as compared to the other lengthier one. What will happen when they are moving apart in the anaphase stage? They will show a small L kind of structure. Okay, like this. These are also important points. You all the 4 points you need to understand. The last one, at one end, it is called telocentric, when the centromere is located at the extreme end, so that when they move towards the opposite pole, they show the shape of an I, alphabet small I or the capital I. Okay, so these are the four types of chromosomes: metacentric, submetacentric, acrocentric, and telocentric.